in the world. I'm your one and only host, Mathew. Like that? Yeah, one and only.
That's fucking crazy.
You guys are fired.
We just don't exist.
No.
Yeah, I guess since we're not the host, are you gonna introduce us as a guest, you bitch?
Yeah, we got a guest to my top right, George, top left, Gia, and
That's crazy.
yeah,
How did we got demoted after one episode?
2 episodes. Bro.
I mean, you made 2 episodes.
3 episodes, my bad.
3 episodes, bro. We're on our 4th episode.
Apparently, when
Yeah,
apparently
he's
our
the fucking
boss,
star of the show.
apparently our boss is running out of money, so then we got demoted.
Cutting budgets, bro. We're cutting. I'm cutting
That's
budget.
fucking insane.
Budget cutting.
Apparently,
bro.
inflation is going up, bro. You know,
Bro,
that's how we got.
all-time high,
Inflation's going up.
40%.
We don't have the budget for more than
Listen,
one.
I was thinking I could start an
So-
ASMR channel. Listen, I could become an actor at this.
And then so
Right?
they hire Mathew Mobius.
Yo, facts. Matthew's gonna be
Bro,
the first.
I swear to God,
Morbius
every time
ASMR
you guys look at
channel.
me, it's like I look like someone different. First, first it's XQC, then it's the. Dude,
It's
at
'cause
some
you look,
point,
bro, it's because you look like all of them. If you put
Bro.
up a picture of Morbius
Yo,
and XQC,
Eventually,
you
you're gonna look like Asmongold, bro.
bro, you know what? Okay, calm down, all right?
Bro,
I don't got
literally-
fucked up teeth.
Watch, I'm gonna throw up a picture of XQC and Morbius on the frame right next to you, and we're not gonna notice the difference.
Bro, I think
It's really the dumbest shit ever.
you know who they also told me I looked like? You know the guy who played, the prince in Aladdin. Maybe not.
Prince and
Maybe
the
not with the
movie
long hair.
Aladdin?
Yeah,
The
the live action.
I never watched that movie.
What do you mean?
Never watched that movie either.
Yeah, bro. I prefer you.
Well,
keep
no, I
everything
didn't. I
cartoon.
didn't watch the movie either. It's just a lot of people kept telling me that I look like they did.
You do not look like this guy.
I did. I mean, I don't. The guy. Well, maybe like in some pictures.
The
'cause
guy
of-
look
'cause of
like
the
you.
beard.
It's not that you look like the guy.
Yeah. Let's not.
Yeah.
I gotta humble
Yeah.
myself.
Maybe in some nah, definitely not, bro. This guy has like a flat forehead.
A flat forehead. Yeah, but that's remember. I haven't had a haircut in like 9 months.
No, but he has long hair in this picture. Like,
No, George, are you
not the
lagging,
same.
bro?
Yeah, George, you lagging?
Are you lagging?
No, you're lagging.
You are lagging.
you're lagging.
You're definitely lagging. Bro, I even saw the little
You have a
exclamation
few.
mark.
You have a few frame drop.
It does say I'm at 211
Yo.
things. I've been having internet problems the whole day, so really can't hate
Bro,
on that.
drop a comment if you have AT&T, bro. Shit AT&T, bro.
And drop a comment if you have AT&T and they provide a shitty internet service. I was gonna restart my router, but I
to be
was like,
fair,
fuck that.
I've got AT&T. I got no complaints. That seems like a you problem.
No.
Actually, that seems like a Miami problem, dude. That sounds like a whole Florida problem, really. But God,
Not
damn.
really. It's just again, monopolies when it comes
Yeah,
to
yeah, but
certain
no,
areas.
no,
They just wanted to
let's-
get
one
fiber,
internet
bro.
provider.
Yeah, but fiber. He has fiber. I have fiber. Dude. Anybody who has AT&T, the first thing they'll tell
I don't
you.
have fiber.
What? You don't
I
have
don't
a
know
fiber
who's lying
glass?
to you.
Like,
There's no fiber. No, there's no fiber cable running through my neighborhood.
I mean, it's supposed to be set up to your. Don't you guys have like one of those like AT&T boxes, like? Because
No.
AT&T isn't
No,
just
it's
for
area
internet.
based.
Fiber is area based. So if
No,
you don't
I
have
know,
the
I know.
fiber line, you don't get fiber at all.
I mean, the guy
Cruz has fiber because he has a fiber line through his house.
the guy who came, he installed came with some other guy, and they
He's lying to you.
they ran the line all through my backyard, and
He's lying to you, bro.
I don't know.
They're
I mean,
charging you for.
No, that motherfucker definitely lied to your ass.
I mean-
you probably already had you know how much it costs to put a fiber line in a
oh
neighborhood?
well, no, I didn't get charged for it.
No,
but
correct. You know how much it costs to put a fiber line in your neighborhood if you don't have one? $12,000.
12,000. Hey,
And that's
yo,
for it to get installed 6
the whole
months
neighborhood better
after you
chip in
pay.
because I'm not paying that. Hey, no,
That's what I'm saying. You probably already had it. It was the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
shit you had with Spectrum though, where you only had Spectrum for a little bit.
yeah, the Spectrum's complete
because
dog.
but it's because it monopolized the area,
Exactly.
Yeah,
and then it allowed.
dude,
the,
I used to
the
live
contract ended with AT&T, and then they re-signed it.
in. Yeah, when I lived in Vegas, we had the Cox Internet. Funny name.
Cox.
Yeah, Cox.
What type
And
of fucking internet provider calls himself Cox?
one that didn't measure the how it
Wait.
would be like a meme, or not a meme, just a weird word. But-
No, wait, hold on. The more that I look at George, the more that he looked like a character.
He looks like a
in the fuck-
salesman.
Dude, he looked like a character, and then he just need to turn his skin a little darker, and he's like a movie character, bro. Like,
Darker. Wait, who are you like remembering? Or like are you referencing?
He's having.
it's a character that I
PTSD.
remember in a movie. I forgot what it's
Dude,
called.
Detective Conan? Yo, you kind of look like him if you just got like rounded glasses and actually that's not true. I don't know.
These aren't even my glasses.
Anyways, we have a very interesting topic today that George will talk to you guys about because he's the expert here.
Just throwing it onto me. I'm not
No,
even
no,
the host.
but you are the
why
one.
am I gonna talk about it if I'm not the host?
We
Huh?
talk.
You wanna
Listen,
talk about that, buddy?
listen. The
You wanna talk
guest
about
is
that?
the guest is supposed to talk about it,
Yeah.
right? No, but
no, I'm
but
the
he had
fucking
mentioned.
host.
All right, buddy.
And just like that, you've been taken out of your role, bitch.
Damn.
Hey, welcome back to the Full Podcast, the most compressed podcast in the world. I'm your host, Gntur, and your other host is fuck. It always fucks me up because it's in reverse. Is that guy over there, Mannslam?
I'm the
And you
guest.
got our guest, Lorentin.
Oh,
And
guess.
today we're talking about regulations. Should we regulate the internet
Right.
in America?
Yeah, but you gotta reference the.
Yeah, hey, I'll get to that. All right. I'm the host. You're the guest, buddy. Slow your roll.
And yeah. Why am I the guest and I'm having to tell you about it, huh? There's
Yo, chill.
All right. Let's see.
You're trying to pace my show.
Okay.
Me and Gia's show. Okay.
We should have just called it the
Which-
George Nunez.
This actually leads into
So,
it
bro.
because we're being rather toxic to each other, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, a little
Right?
bit aggressive.
Right? And apparently, video games cultivate a toxic environment for people. So that it has actually led to deaths and apparently the cause of a lot of shootings in America. And Netflix recently dropped a documentary series on how the internet
Bro, George is being regulated right now, bro.
has,
Fucking lagging. He's being regulated, bro.
yo,
The FBI's on your
chill,
ass. I
chill.
know.
All right, yo,
Yeah, he's on
I
your
know it
ass.
is. I just dropped in ping. I gotta reset the router, bro. Fuck, you know how many people are in my house?
Bro's gonna reset the
4.
router and completely.
That's more than I have.
Wait, how many people are?
I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
seen it. Apparently there's a new show coming out on Paramount Plus.
Wait,
It's
chill,
called-
chill. We haven't even finished the first.
No.
topic.
Let Gia talk, bro. This is an all-inclusive. Listen,
It's literally it's called
Alright.
Players. I don't know if you've seen it.
players.
Yes.
Oh, cream cheese.
Yes.
What? Hold
Like
on.
basically
saw it
they're trying to
today.
make a show talk about how a League of Legends player won a championship and then saying that his influence
Hey,
going down and then
hold
he's gonna
up. Are we-
retire, he's gonna be out of age.
Hold up. Are we getting DDoS right now? Because I swear to God, I just lagged. What's going on here? Oh,
I'm telling you,
it
AT&T's
says
having a
here.
shitter day.
It says here I'm on 60 FPS. It's Discord, bro. No, man. This damn app. Wait. So it says players mostly cheese, very little cream. What is this show?
No, his name's cream cheese.
Oh, it's
I saw the trailer.
The
I
trailer,
saw
right?
the trailer today. It popped up on my YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
and it's supposed to. So it's a League of Legends player or Valorant or esports.
No, it's League of Legends.
It's League of Legends specifically.
I think they make it very obvious it's League of Legends.
It's
Yeah.
League of Legends specifically.
Pretty sure he plays for Fnatic, right? In the show.
It
Something
says,
like
it says
that.
Fugitive. He plays for Fugitive.
Well, it's Fnatic.
It's
dude,
Fnatic.
like-
Okay.
Yeah, bro. For sure.
So then, apparently he's gonna retire without winning a championship in his life. So then he's getting mad and stuff. That's basically the whole show is about that guy, how he's gonna experience his last year within the career, like something like that.
Bro,
So
who cares?
and then
man?
you see how he got really when he at the trailer. I saw the trailer too. At the trailer, he's like beating up shit. He's like, I want to win. Like one time, he's like he throwing shit. He's cursing like
What
talking
is
shit
this
to
guy,
his teammate and
man-child?
stuff like that.
What's going on here? Is this guy a man-child or something?
I mean,
Bro's having a tantrum because he didn't win a championship. Is that what you're trying to say?
Because he
It-
hasn't won a
Oh, because
championship.
yeah,
Very
but like,
different.
bro, Most people
I
haven't.
mean, you haven't seen the show.
I
You
haven't.
can't predict the
I can't.
outcome.
I mean,
That'd be.
well, I was just saying that sounds like a typical league player.
It would be funny if he didn't win a championship in the show too.
Yeah, I mean,
It would be like, because usually you were expecting like he's gonna win a championship and that's how the show end, but
bro,
they
this is
don't
a
extend
little.
the show.
This is a little off topic, but actually, it combines both topics technically. A couple years back, remember Degrassi, like the show?
I never watched the grass.
Okay, so Degrassi had like the old like seasons, and then it had the newer seasons with the class, like Degrassi Next Class or something like that. And basically, it was like a modern version of Degrassi where you have kids go to school in high school and stuff like that. And one of the guys, one of the brothers of the main characters, is a video game, like he likes playing video games, precisely or specifically MOBAs. And the guy is literally like he's basically explained, or like his character is that of like a future school shooter. I don't know if they tried to play it as like, oh, because you're a gamer and because you like all these like violent games, you're automatically like in that category of, oh, yo.
But isn't that's why you're playing video games, to express that violence, so you
I
don't
don't
get that
know.
violence in the real life?
But it was just weird that his role in the show ended up being like a potential school shooter, and it just so happened that he was the only one that was like the gamer
that
nerdy
played
type
video
of guy.
games.
Yeah. It was just like, I was just like, damn, that's kind of like, I thought about it the other day. I'm like, damn, that dude, and he was very scrawny. He was like kind of like an outsider. Oh, and get this, super misogynistic. Like the guy had like a girl teammate, and we just shit on her. And I was like,
the worst of the worst. He's an incel.
yeah. Well, it was bad.
Nice.
But it was just like a weird portrayal of like the game.
I feel like just like, because people always say, "Look, you play video games to express your feelings, so then you don't express it in real life." And then out here, we're just talking about how it just turned out to become expressing in real life, because we're bringing out what we express in the game, like people bullying you and stuff, like insulting you, and then you bring it out in real life. It's technically the opposite way that we want it to be.
Yeah, I just don't think it's a great message to like showcase to the world, like, oh yeah, you're a gamer, automatic school shooter, or at least that's
a lot
what
of people
it portrayed it to be.
A lot of people explain it to like saying how how you play games that you understand those concepts, like how we're saying shooting.
Sure.
We know like recoil, right? Like stuff like that, some technique that, but technically that's not even.
Yeah, it's not relevant.
It's not even in real life. Like you can practice it, because in a video game you can get shoot multiple times, but in real life you get shot one, you're fucking dead, bro.
That's what I never understood about the whole like message of like school, of like, oh, these kids are being,
they're violent because they play video games.
Yeah, they've been introduced to violence because of video games, and it's like, okay, video games, for in some cases are violent in nature, but that's not the reason why. It's hard to explain to people that don't play video games, but I've never been tempted to do anything that I've played in video games in real life.
Except maybe outside. There's so many outside like passage or way that people can just get exposed to violence, like in general.
Yeah, I mean, bro.
Not even just video game. Like let's just say, family abuse, like parent abuse, like school bullying is easier, or even going to like how you get bullied in like workplace.
Oh yeah, like
exactly.
Like pressure. Yeah,
so basically, we can get exposed to so many violence to the point where video game is just so.
Yeah, video games. I can understand why somebody unstable playing video games and like I guess personifying that with their friends and like talking very aggressively. Like I've met aggressive people, like through playing video games. In those cases, I can see what. No, but like seriously, there's a lot of bad, like, dude. There are people out there that I'm like, you should not be anywhere near. You should not have a voice. Like you should not have a voice in the community, because you're probably gonna end up like, but it's and in those cases I can see why it could be bad. But for the regular person, they're just playing video games just to play them. It's not a representation of what they enjoy, or
But the
what they
thing
would
is,
do in real life.
they cannot regulate games because it creates so many
Yeah,
jobs
that
and pushes
regulation.
economy so.
But I will say regulating games is a lot easier because you have the when especially for kids when buying games, parents have to like
That
Uh-huh.
fucking rated R stupid thing.
yeah,
That's what I
the
was.
rated
That's
E
what.
for
That's what.
everyone and
That's
stuff
what.
like that. Yeah.
But that kind of doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't. That's what I'm saying.
The
Regulation.
parental control.
No, it's not. It's not even that. It's because you used to go to get like, bro. It's gotten to the point where it's like when we were growing up, we used to have to go into the store and buy video games, and if it was rated M, we needed our parents there to make sure that we could buy the video game, and then they would explain the video game to our parents,
Yeah,
and
I
then our
remember.
parents would decide to buy it there
You know what's
or not.
funny? There's a lot of like
Nowadays,
no, but
Nowadays, you literally just go onto your
Steam.
PS store, your
yeah.
Steam stores, your Xbox stores.
And then you explain to
You-
your mom, you're like, Mom,
you-
listen, this is a great game. I a lot of community building effort. Like,
you don't even have to explain the game.
Yeah, you
You
don't.
can just go into the store, take your mom and dad's credit card, lower that birth date till you're 18, pop the game.
that's the issue. But also, okay, in some ways that does have repercussions because your mom could like.
but
know.
you know what's the funny thing though? In China, you know how they regulate that?
How?
And yet, every time you're playing a game now, okay, so they have like a social media thing, like Instagram. I mean, but it's not Instagram. It's called WeChat. Basically, you have your personal information on top of that, and then what they do is they check it. You have to show your ID card to make sure that to prove that your age is there. They allow you to play it. If you're under certain ages, you can only play 2 hours per day,
Yeah,
and then it kick you out from the game.
I was gonna mention.
Automatically kick you out of the game. But if you're above that age, they say like we don't have any no control over that. That's what they did. Basically, like almost every popular game right now does that. You have to literally show that your ID card. If it's not with your name, then you are done. Like
I saw a documentary on that.
they can ban your account and stuff like that.
I saw a documentary on that, on like the China, like how China had this like those like camps that they have for like the kids that are like obsessed with video games, and they send into these like camps or not camps, but like it's basically like jail, like
it's like a summer camp,
like a summer camp exactly, and then after that they're only allowed to play like 1 hour a day or something, and it's like ridiculous, and then these kids are like, they're having like, they're having like a physical reaction or a mental one as well because they need to play video game. It's not just like it's everything. It's mobile games. Like mobile games are even worse. Those are like.
It's funny too. They also does that to the where you know TikTok exactly.
Oh yeah.
TikTok in China, they're limiting your
but to be
usage
fair,
if you
is that
under
really a
age.
bad thing? Because okay, I'm not. The case of whether like restrictions or like regulation on the internet or anything technology based, it's probably a good thing for the most part. Like I don't think it's a bad thing, but I don't think it's possible, or I think down the line it'll have pretty bad repercussions, like on a large scale, right? Like small things are gonna turn into bigger things, and then we're gonna have bigger issues. And it's just a pain. Everyone does everything online these days. It's kind of hard to regulate that. I mean, I guess if the government really wanted to, right? Can't they like shut down websites if they want to? Like, I'm sure they can, right? The U.S. government. So. I'm talking about the U.S. government.
Yeah, but wouldn't Kick have been destroyed long ago?
No. But Kick, see, look.
But isn't that just violate freedom of speech?
Because Discord, no, but the internet doesn't have any amendments to apply to.
Oh.
Well, but what about that? What about
its own space?
What was that called? That the thing that happened, like the thing that happened a couple years back, like 2019, 2018, where like the dude was trying to regulate the internet. Or like the bureau.
The president?
No, not the president. It was the dude, the Pi something. I forget his name. Do you guys remember that? That was like a couple years back.
Familiar.
Like, okay, 2018, 2017. Something Pi.
Heard of it before.
Guy had big lips. And I remember... What was it called again?
No,
What,
no,
what
no.
was the actual?
I remember seeing that.
But what was the actual title? Like, it's called
What?
something for the internet. It's called like, it's not naturalization. It's like something similar to that.
But you know how hard to regulate internet?
No, but they were trying to do it. It was like a
No, I
whole
mean
big
it's in
case
the
and
way that it
everything.
violate people
Yeah,
profit.
that.
Like,
But I think he was trying to do it in a way.
No, that one was different. That one was more like he was trying to get internet companies to limit our, because remember back in the day when you used to get like notifications, like if we were to like pirate a game, that's in, or anything like that, anything that has to do with like people, dude, the same guy that tried to like pirate games or like sell DVDs off on League of Legends, that same guy. Back in the day, a
Wait,
lot
hold
easier
up.
to do so. But you would get notifications for your internet provider, telling you you've been doing some third party, stuff like cut it or we're gonna cut your internet. Like that was something that happened like back in the day. Nowadays,
Net neutrality.
net neutrality. There you go. That was something that, dude, that was like a huge deal for like months when we were like
Yeah, I know.
2017.
I remember watching the open vote in
Yeah, yeah.
class.
And then Jared Pyre. No, who was it? It was
His
like
name was Pai. It was Pai.
PAI. Okay.
He was the only reason I remember I found him really fast is because he used to be the Verizon guy.
Yeah, I mean
Fun fact.
he was like I mean, I think he was the CEO of
Oh,
something.
but this was different. Apparently, it has something to do with charging users different rates based on
Exactly.
contents,
Yeah.
website, platform,
Yeah,
application.
it wasn't supposed to be like a regulation, but I mean, dude, if you're charging people, that's some sort of regulation because that already means that most of the general public isn't going to be able to afford it or
No, yeah. But they were basically trying to charge for doing more or less on the internet.
exactly. Yeah.
But that's not okay. That's different.
Yeah, I
That's different
mean,
than regulating the internet the way China does.
yeah, well, China, but dude, isn't it like, I mean, I don't know if Jen knows, but like or like I guess I'm asking, but in China, isn't it just really easy to just get like a VPN? Because I've heard,
No, they banned VPNs. I looked it up.
yeah, but come on, how the hell are you gonna
but
ban
they still have
VPNs?
VPN. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
I was gonna
Mhm.
mention like I've seen some like Vice
But
interviews.
I'm guessing it's a criminal offense.
It is.
Sure,
It's
If it's
some sort.
banned.
It's within the law.
but the people, dude, I saw an interview from Beijing and like and then all the foreigners and even like natives were talking like on Vice and they were like, oh yeah, like yes, it's regulated, but I just pop up a VPN and I just watch my stuff and it felt so casual that it's like, yeah, that's what you do. VPNs here are easy to get, sure, and so you don't even need them sometimes. But in China, like, I mean, that's what a VPN is for. It's for you not to be tracked. So the only way people can find out is
I
if,
mean, they have a lot of control on the internet and stuff. So
yeah,
then they have to find some way to.
it'd be difficult, but I mean, that's the way you do it, right? I'm sure no one's gonna disallow you to watch SpongeBob in China if you like. I'm sure you could figure
Oh,
out a
you
way.
never know, bro. The band,
Probably.
fucking, we need the
And
poo.
we need a pool.
Like
Damn.
that band of We Need the Poo.
I wonder. I
Like,
wonder
They
what the.
also banned that one Overwatch character, Mai.
I wonder
May? I don't know her name.
what the regulations are
the
for.
snow
Like,
lady,
Yeah, the snow lady.
is
May.
They banned her in China.
is regulation
I
like?
forgot why, but
But is regulation like that? I mean, of course, like a power thing. Like it's a
Dictatorship.
it's a control type of thing. But
that type of regulation is kind of fucked because the only reason they did it is because
The meme.
people said that the dictator looked like Winnie the Pooh,
yeah,
so
no,
he got
bro.
mad about it and he banned it.
That's
That's
the
very
same
Technically,
thing.
technically, what from the news saying that the dictator didn't get mad. It's just the government itself had to protect
The
the
image,
facades of
image,
the
yeah,
government so that they banned it.
yeah,
It's himself is not mad. That's what the news say,
yeah.
at least.
That's why I wonder. Like, I mean, dude. I mean, that's not as extreme, but like with Kim Jong Un, like you cannot have that guy's haircut. If you do, you're dead. Like it's it's not even like digital or internet wise, and yet I get the same haircut as the supreme leader, and boom, I'm automatically dead. It's like, come on, but whatever. That's another thing.
he's
But
petty.
Huh? Yeah, I mean, come on, bro. I mean, you gotta be petty, bro. You can't have like a country completely shut off from the rest of the world and
But
not
it
be
start opening
petty,
up.
huh?
I mean, it's not completely shut off. We still have some.
Whoa, yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
you can go in if you're a journalist.
Yeah, yeah, but that's very tight. Listen, no journalist wants to do
Yeah,
that. The people that
I
do it
know,
are like,
obviously. But like you can't just get into North Korea.
no, there's no getting into North Korea. Even
Yeah,
I've even heard of like the people that
unless you're Dennis Rodman.
unless Kim Jong Un likes you, right? And bro, the guy's like a huge basketball fan, and that's why he let him in.
Dude, they're best
They're
friends.
best friends, and you know what's funny? On Dennis Rodman's like Google page, it says on the bottom, ambassador to North Korea. It's so weird.
Hi.
Look, search it up. It's so
Crazy.
weird. It's on
What happened
Google.
if he died though?
Whoa, damn! Kim Jong Un's gonna wait. Who? What? Who? Kim Jong Un?
No.
Oh, Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Then Kim Jong Un's gonna have to find a next favorite basketball player because it's
Holy shit. An
it.
unofficial US peace ambassador to North
Yeah,
Korea.
because he went there. He went there with like the what was it, like Vice or not?
Bro, if Dennis Rodman dies, we're fucked.
Not really, like, but like, yeah. I mean, Kim Jong Un's gonna. Bro, you think Kim Jong Un's gonna come to his funeral?
Yo.
I
Bro,
don't think.
if he dies, there's no reason for him not to bomb us.
Damn, bro. Yo, I bet you the U.S. is probably like, dude, we gotta
But then we
find.
had to regulate our internet at that point. We cannot leak out the news, dude. Like,
Yeah,
Yo, facts.
yo, facts. Ooh,
We gotta stop news from Dennis Rodman like death.
that's so wild to me. Like, and I saw that what was it, the Harlem, like they actually went there too, and
The
it was
Harlem
the Harlem
Globetrotters.
Globetrotters. Dude, when I saw
There's no
that,
way.
dude, when I saw that, dude, you didn't see the interview or like the whole like documentary? It was basically
No.
like,
I watched the movie.
so basically what happened was there was a journalist from like Vice News or something, and he took two players
The Harlem.
of the Harlem, and then Dennis Rodman, and then I think some like unknowns went there, and they had an official game with like North Korean basketball players. Yo, we would never know if they're good because they're just trapped. Oh, to be fair though, North Korean athletes do go abroad a lot. They
you
do
mean they go to
abroad.
Olympic?
No, they do go abroad to represent their country, and that's something that they do regularly.
I also know that Korean basketball is different than basketball anywhere else.
Well,
They have
listen.
certain rules.
Well, if you're talking about South Korean, sure, but North Korean, we have
No,
no
no,
idea.
no. Like I'm telling you, apparently North Korean basketball rules are completely different
Bro, they can do
than
whatever the
regular
fuck they want.
basketball rules.
Bro, they instead of playing rock paper scissors, they can play sand, crystal, and fucking. It doesn't
Nah.
matter, and blade. It doesn't matter, bro. It's North Korea. You can do whatever the hell
No,
you
yeah,
want.
yeah. But I know their rules for basketball are different to make it more entertaining. I saw that. I did see a video.
Yeah,
on.
man. I mean, that's the whole idea of sports, but no, it's crazy. But in terms of regulation here in the U.S., I don't know. That whole subject is like, I don't want it, and I don't think
It's gonna.
anybody.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna violate a lot of people profit.
No,
Like,
but I'm not
100.
saying. Uh, So going back to what we originally skipped on, the Netflix documentary is called Web of Make Believe, and the first episode is about a guy, video gamer. You know, he plays Halo, the most toxic type of gamers.
Yup.
Call of
And
Duty.
It's basically a
yeah,
COD lobby, bro.
and you know how swatting was a very popular thing on Twitch, and it's still done today, but not to the same scale that it was like
Nah, yeah,
4 or 5 years ago.
yeah, shit. No, it was
So
wild.
this guy got really comfortable swatting people because he thought he could get away with it, and he did for a long time. So he was swatting streamers, he was swatting schools, and then he did a Call of Duty bet online for $1.50, lost, and then started talking shit to the guy he was playing with. The guy sent him an address to his old home. He swatted that guy, and a person died. Then two of the family members committed suicide due to that person's death right after. So
Damn.
yeah. So
Wait,
it's
was this
so
uh
I'm saying should they regulate the internet in the sense where they should limit people like that so that they don't keep cultivating cultures? Like I was talking today, you know how stalkers are a big thing for female Twitch streamers, but they're allowed to cultivate because there's no regulation against them. Like you can't stop them unless they do something in real life.
Yeah.
Right. That's kind of the whole internet gimmick.
Right.
You can say you're gonna swat someone as many times as you want, but until there's evidence you did it or you actually do it,
Yeah. I
then
mean,
there's
They
no
cannot do
that's the
anything.
thing.
stopping you.
Because okay, hold on. Let's go back to the swatting thing. I have a couple questions, which I'm sure is gonna be easy to answer. Did the guy who sent his address, was that like as a joke, like, oh, like, you know, pull up or something? Like,
Mhm.
oh, okay, that
They
because I
they,
was like, why
they
would
they were
you?
on the same team, so he friendly fired,
Oh, okay.
and that's what lost them $1.50, bro. $1.50.
And then, what's it called? When it comes to swatting, I'm assuming you have to like hide your IP and then you
Nah,
call up, or
not even. What he did was he called on the phone. Then he made it seem like it was a hostage situation. He was like, "Oh, I just killed my father. He's dead on the floor. I have a gun. I'm holding my mother hostage." And then he said the address he was at to the police officers or to like the 911 person. So then police from that area went to that place
That's still wild though.
and surrounded the house.
Even in hostage situations, I didn't know they called up the SWAT for that. I thought the SWAT was for like maybe like I guess
In
I
general,
guess
if you have
hostage.
weapon, they can do
Yeah,
that.
that makes sense. I was thinking
Yeah,
more like drugs, but then again,
but
that's kind of
the way he said it, when he said, because he swatted like 3 schools before with bomb threats.
Wait. This is fictional, right? This is like a fictional example.
No, this is true.
Oh,
Like
this is based on a true.
the guy went to jail for this. He's serving 20 years right now.
Oh, okay. Because I
Even and
was.
one of the people involved, the other guy that sent the address, he got a 2-year punishment. He didn't go to jail, but he got a 2-year punishment where he couldn't play video games for 2 years. Like they banned him from doing it. And but wait, I forgot where I was going.
To be fair,
But the guy basically said that they don't track you, and they said as long as it's believable enough, they will send a SWAT team to go like figure out the
That's
situation.
wild. And it's like, dude, all you have. Wait, was this? I'm assuming this guy was Twitch streaming. Dude, the only thing I could think of is
The guy wasn't streaming.
Oh,
That was
That's okay.
no.
Okay. That's even
It
worse.
was just a rando.
Because
It was
you could
yeah.
think like, okay, if they're streaming, permanent ban, easy. Like,
But
Yeah.
usually they track your phone. Like usually they can see your phone. Like the police, or who like when you call
yeah,
911.
like he probably like he
They
had
usually
to.
can see your information. As soon as
It
you
was
call
probably
them,
like
they
a
see your
burner
phone number,
phone.
and then they're
Nah,
like,
that's weird too. Even a burner phone would have been weird to
I
have.
don't think so because he swatted because he swatted 3 times, didn't get caught for that. They had suspicion because he told the grandma that he was doing it, and he threatened to kill her if she said anything, but she snitched on him. And she told like one of her cop friends, so then he was on the radar. They didn't have evidence he did it, obviously. Like
Yeah,
they
that's
just
just
the grandma just said he did
bro.
it.
That's just a criminal who happens to play
Yeah.
Halo. Like that dude's just a criminal.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
Like a
it's
regular
like
person
I get what
wouldn't.
you mean. It's like 1 out of a million chances that
yeah,
that's
but
1 out of a million
Yeah.
player that does. It's the same thing. It could be 1 out of a million lawyer that just fucking a rapist, bro. Like you never know.
Yeah.
but it's like
This
it's
guy's just
like
a criminal.
the way they make, because there's a lot of shit, right? Like there's stalkers, there's weird creepy dudes on the
Yeah, but
Right.
internet.
stalker, bro, you can't. How the hell are
There's
you
a
gonna
shit ton
regulate
of
that?
people. There's a shit ton of people that SWAT. Do you know the Ice Poseidon situation?
Oh yeah, the whole
Where he
dude.
was at an airport and then like
Not even,
they called the bomb threat on the airplane
bro. But oh
and shit
yeah,
like that.
but Ice Poseidon's super problematic.
Yeah,
Didn't you see the whole?
obviously.
Bro, remember that whole like that whole time? Like it's just drama after drama. Excuse me.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it was like the whole like prostitute or like it's so much stuff that Poseidon has
But
done.
it's like, do you think because the internet's not regulated here in America, it allows them to cultivate
Sure.
and
I
grow,
mean, that's
and that could be
definitely.
problematic, bro.
But that's not internet itself. That's just the person itself.
Yeah.
No. But
I mean,
I'm
it's a
saying that
byproduct,
the
but
only reason that person's able to grow is because they're allowed to cultivate.
yeah, but to be fair, that
'Cause
guy wasn't even a Twitch streamer. He wasn't famous. He was just a regular dude.
Well, but compared
playing
to
in
let's just say
lobbies.
compared to the positive side that video game bring us, I think that it's not a big deal. Like if we're comparing, let's just say like right, because you're saying that the way they're doing this because they're on a video game, right?
Uh,
Am I correct? That's
I'm
the
not.
way that they're like.
I'm
What's
saying
up?
video game culture, not because they're on a video game.
Right, but they associate because of the video game, right?
Okay.
But then in one way, this is a side effect of the video game. Let's just say,
mhm.
right? The bad side effect. But then the good side effect is just way too huge that this bad side effect's not a big thing. Does that make sense?
I get, yeah. I mean, so you're saying
That's
video
why-
games
that's
for
why-
the most part are positive, and that the
Right,
negative
because
is.
this is what the 1 out of a million chances that happens.
Of course. It's stuff
But-
like, but it happens, and
But
when it does, it's big,
thing-
and that's the
yeah,
problem.
but what the thing is, it's at such a small scale from our knowledge now. We don't know how big it'll grow. That's the thing.
Right,
Yeah,
you
but-
can't.
And
you can't-
obviously, I think swatting has gotten a lot smaller,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
not as big of a
It's
problem.
not that relevant these
But
days.
even then, having stalkers for like mostly female streamers and people who will try to track you and find where you live if you are a streamer is something that's not stopped on the internet.
Right,
You
it's
get me?
like
And those
airplane. You
cultures
can
are
get an
allowed to
accident, but is that a chance? Is that telling you not to get on an airplane?
It's not. I don't think
Exactly,
It's the same.
so-
I don't
Yeah.
think it's the same.
I mean,
It is the same. It's the chances of things happening. The chances
that
of
is
that is
true.
so small.
You have to look. Everything has its thing. You know, you have airplanes for transportation. You have video games for entertainment. It's meant to be for that, but some people use it for the negative, which is, you know,
But we're
toxicity.
saying chances wise.
Yeah, no, I'm agreeing.
We're
with
talking
you.
about probability.
No,
But,
well-
but you're not getting where I'm getting at, because an airplane accident is very different. Because
It is. I get what you mean.
Because
The
if
probability
no,
of
no, no,
you
no, no,
getting
no, 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 no,
stopped
no.
is
No,
so
no,
hard.
Stop. Because if an airplane crashes, the company behind the airplane takes a beating from it. It's happened twice or 3 times with Boeing already,
Okay.
where their name has literally
You
tarnished
mean like
because of the
reputation?
fact that the airplane. If we keep allowing things like this to cultivate within the video game society, then at some point we're gonna have to regulate it, regardless of if it was such a minor scale. Too many, like, how many people are gonna have to die possibly or get hurt from the side effects of the communities that the game itself isn't creating, but it's under the curtain of gaming. You get me?
Yeah.
No, that's
Because
just saying. That's it. You're just saying it's the person itself.
Yeah, but-
no, the people, the community itself, what it's cultivating under, and what the internet is allowing it to cultivate, because they cannot be stopped from doing it.
Right,
And
the
they're just using
consequences behind it, but it's the people itself. It's come back to a general question. It's the people itself. We can't
Okay.
say that. We
But
cannot
you're-
say that.
Okay,
Go ahead.
but you're saying an individual. You're saying you're limiting it to one person. I'm saying what the community of video gaming is building around it, right? Because of the freedom of the internet, that community keeps growing, and they have not stopped growing since, right? And everything is being thrown back at video games. Like, video games isn't the cause. It's just the community under it, and it's getting thrown under fire because of it. Even though there's no direct correlation, do you think there should be regulation to stop those communities from forming, keep the good in video games, but specifically stop people from doing certain things on the internet that could affect real life in such a way to prevent people from dying, like in the swatting situation?
Is that a yes or no question? Because yes, I mean that's what you're getting at, right? Yes, it
Yes.
should be done, but like,
Essentially, it's yes or no. But exactly, that's what I'm saying. That yes or no.
I mean,
at the end of
no
the-
one's gonna disagree with you. No one's gonna say, no,
Yeah,
kids are
yeah.
swatting. Of course, yes, it's a problem.
Obviously, the way I
But
say it, there's no disagreeing.
there's
And
no
I don't
disagreeing.
think the internet should be regulated in a sense But once you start playing with real people and other
That's
people's
the issue.
lives,
I mean, no, but that's the thing. You can't just. I would find it hard to regulate a portion or this one thing in the internet. Like this one, imagine regulating. You know those people that you know those like chat rooms where people go to like I don't know, look at like find their kinks or something. Imagine regulating just that portion of the internet. That's impossible. I mean, it's very hard to do that because the only way I would think that that's able to happen is if literally the government comes in and just shuts down like random websites.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
But they've done that before.
but the thing is, they haven't. Yes and no, right?
Uh-huh.
Because Kick, when we used it as kids, was just a WhatsApp, something
Do
you
they
would
still
talk
have
to your
that app?
friends on. That app still exists, and it's used specifically for sexual content and child trafficking.
Really?
Discord right now, although we're using it to communicate and to talk through the stream, there are apparently like a lot of dark shit that's happening on this that's linked to the dark web through Discord. Reddit is the same thing at the end of the day. It has dark web parts of it. So should those sections be regulated? Gia, specifically, I'm talking to you. Those sections, do
I
you
don't want
think
to talk
they
about it
should be
because you already
regulated?
banned it. It just come back to the people itself, like I always say.
Dude, why is it called Kick Live?
It's not the internet. It's just because the people. Like
But
internet
they,
itself is not the problem. The problem
but
is the
they,
people.
but
Yeah,
they
yeah.
The
can,
fact that you're saying regulate the internet is not
no,
gonna help at all. People gonna
yeah,
find no matter what way they're gonna find a way, bro.
Look, listen. I agree with Gia. I get what he's saying. You have it all comes
No
down
matter how you
even with gun
regulate the
control.
fucking internet,
Even
they're
with
still gonna find a way,
I
bro.
get it. I get it.
I don't think you see what I'm saying,
No, but
because
he's true. It's true what you're saying.
no,
You
I
can't.
understand that it has to do with the individual at the end of the day.
He'll figure out a way to do it. Even if they regulate
Yeah.
it, he'll find something else. Bro, what I was thinking right now is like swatting. Okay, listen. Swatting was in that situation was caused by someone getting mad at someone enough to like get. But what happens if you just get a random like you feel like being violent today and you decide to call up any address that you find or that you know of and swat their house without any prior like I mean, it's random, but it could happen. Like I could do that right now if I wanted to. I could go on Google, search a random address in the United States, call up. If I'm convincing enough, have them swatted, and a big thing could happen, or not even swatted. I could talk about something else. The police can arrive.
You
But-
can literally just say you
I
have a
can
bomb
cause
at a
issues,
fucking airport.
But look,
Yeah.
the difference is that when you do it in real life, there's a consequence behind it, right?
Well, I'm still doing it through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's something you literally cannot do it, right? Like, you can call to swipe your address right now, but they will already have found you. When you're behind the internet, there's a freedom to it. There's no limitations to what you're allowed to do
Oh,
on
but
the
I
internet.
meant the internet.
There,
I mean,
therefore, it's a free space to do it. The way the guy would hide himself was using Twitter and 2 different Twitter accounts. That's how he would hide himself.
uh-huh.
And because of that freedom, he was able to get away to a certain extent, but his digital footprint is the same thing that caught up with him.
Yeah. I mean,
You get me? Like, he didn't hide that he was swatting, but the only reason he was able to hide in real life was because the names he was using on Twitter. And the internet is like a playground for these people at the end of the day.
that is true. That's
That's
why.
what I'm saying.
That's why there's a that's why
That's why I'm saying
you both
it's
have
not an
points there.
individual thing at that point. The internet has no regulation and it's so free right now that you can hide behind an alias.
Yeah, the U.S. has way too.
That's what I'm
I've
saying.
always
I'm
agreed
not-
on that.
I'm not saying it's not an individual problem.
No, I've definitely agreed on that though. The internet has not just the internet overall. Like the U.S., there's a lot of like, kind of like very loophole-ish laws, but that's just with everything. Like, yes, it's the individual to some extent, but I guess what you're trying to say is, it's the individual, but technology makes it more apparent. Like it makes it more available.
It's not even technology. It's because, okay, the ocean, for example, there's something called international waters, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
international
same
waters
thing with like
means if I commit a murder in international waters, I cannot get arrested for it
it's the same thing
because
as like
I am in no
airports.
one's territory,
It's the same thing as
right?
airports, right? Like
And the thing is, the internet is that same lawless space where I can make as many death threats and other things. And some people have gone through with it, like the situation that happened with Amaranth a couple days ago, where her stalker literally stayed at her PO box for 44 days, and luckily she didn't go, and he streamed it, right? But he did that, and he eventually got arrested. But he was able to do that because of the lawless internet, and people were watching his
I love
stream.
how I love.
You get me?
Yeah,
They
that's an
were
odd
allowing
thing.
that to cultivate without stopping him.
Yeah, that's an odd
What?
thing for like to happen. Imagine just
Ex-
like imagine streaming like a crime. Like
yeah, because gaming's not the problem. There's enough of us that play video games
yeah,
that know the difference between a video game and real life.
but that I've seen documentaries on like that whole like parasocial relationship that
Yeah,
kind of that's another thing. But yeah,
it's the umbrella under video
yeah, yeah,
gaming,
yeah, yeah,
and like the internet itself, that
yeah.
since it is a lawless area, at what point should they start regulating, if they should?
Yeah. Well, I mean, in that guy's case, do you or like the stalker, do you think he would have had or like a want or motivation to do it if he wasn't streaming it? Because if that was the case, you ban him. You ban him, you take away all his power.
I think he would have done it regardless of if he was streaming it or not.
Because like when I'm thinking about a stalker, I'm thinking about somebody that just wants to get what they want. But this guy seemed like he wanted to do that, but he also wanted other people to see him do it. Is that?
The thing is, there's no real life consequence again until he does the action, right?
Yeah,
So
of course.
Amaranth said that the police weren't even cooperating after she told them about the stalker because he hadn't done anything yet. Basically,
Yeah.
the way it works in a lot of states is, if, let's say, someone's planning on robbing your house, the police will not do anything until your house is robbed.
Yeah, that's what's that called? That's like something
I,
motive. I forgot what it's called.
I don't know what it's called, but that's
It's
basically a thing in most
yeah,
states,
it's literally on the tip of my tongue. I'm thinking about it and I'm like, that's
right?
literally like until something happens. Like
Uh-huh.
if we have motive, if we have what's it called? Suspicion, right? If we have suspicion of something dangerous being afoot, then like we'll place you under witness protection, all this bullshit. The but the actual like like you need to actually do it in order for
Yeah,
anything to happen.
because she had evidence that the guy wanted to get to her, right?
Oh, so
She had
okay.
the guy sent her nudes. He streamed in front of her PO box, right? And the same thing with the Netflix documentary. The guy told his grandma, threatened his grandma, and although the grandma told the police, they still didn't act on it until the act was committed. And then even though he tweeted about it through private aliases, they didn't link those aliases until after it happened. It's like these guys get a free mask to hide in.
Yeah. I'm just so
That
confused. Like I could have sworn like my phone right now. If I go, dude, have you guys tried changing your like settings for like your date and time on your phone?
Mhm.
Like you think it works, but it doesn't. Your phone will still know it's in wherever you're at, no matter what. So I'm wondering, like, even if you do have some like burner phone or something, so, like somebody has, like the government has to know.
ARM burner phones are different.
Or
They're
sorry,
normally
well,
like
okay,
they're normally like flip phones.
well, let me tell you, this guy did not have a burner phone, unless he did. When he called the SWAT or the 911 or whatever, what did he start 67 or something? What did he do?
I don't know how he did it.
Because that's the thing. He must have
I don't
had
think
prior knowledge of how to do that because if he just called up 911 and made a convincing argument or story about swatting this address because there was potential abduction, like
Mm-hmm.
um, then he must have had something in his phone, like an app, third party, something that blocks it, because your phone definitely knows where you're at. Like, even if you try to change your location.
The thing, I don't know how he got away with it. I'm guessing he used burner phones.
Like,
But
yeah.
even then, he like tweeted about it.
Yeah, isn't your computer also IP? Like you've got your IP on the.
But the thing is, tweeting itself is not gonna do a big deal. You can tweet about your school shooting and nothing happened.
Yeah, well,
No,
they can prevent it.
That's what I'm saying.
They can only spy on you.
They'll take caution, yeah, like they'll take caution, but they won't do anything about it until.
That's what I'm saying. In like America, freedom of speech is normally has a regulation where you can't threaten.
I have a story of actually a personal story about that. It's not Instagram, it was Snapchat.
Just go for it. Yeah.
So when I was in Vegas, I had a friend. I'm not gonna say his name, but he pretty normal guy. Yeah, he used to show me his like BB gun sometimes, stuff like that. Nothing crazy. He wasn't even interested in like guns and stuff. But anyways, but he did do a lot of like what's it called, like paintball tournaments, or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
One day towards the end of the school year, he goes on. He's on bus. He like while he's packing up to go to school, he like posts like a Snapchat of him like jokingly, which by the way, not of good taste, when months prior to this there was that whole like Las Vegas shooting. So not in good taste, but whatever. He like joked around that he was putting his fake BB gun inside his backpack, and then he posted it on Snapchat. The moment he got to school, police were already there, and he technically got arrested, and then but it was like parole, like it wasn't. He got off with like I think 6 months of community. Like he got expelled, of course, and everything, and it was like this huge case. I actually talked to him like 6 months afterwards, and I was like, "Oh, how's it going?" and stuff, and you could tell he was like a little affected by it, but he was still like joking around about it. He's like, "Dude, it was just a fake gun," and I'm like, "Bro, it doesn't matter if it's a picture of a gun. Don't you know what I mean? Like, but that goes to show that was on Snapchat where he posted it, and by the time he got to school, he was already apprehended for it. So that was
But that's because someone reported him. But
that's what I'm saying. If you report somebody if Amaranth reported this guy, the threat wasn't the same, but still.
No. But in a sense, it's the same.
It's the same.
But
but it's weird.
The police don't cooperate all the time.
They don't. Especially I have to admit, I think it was because like, bro, prior to this,
there's been a lot of school shootings from the time.
And at that point, dude, remember that Las Vegas shooting was wasn't it the deadliest like mass shooting in America? Or
that was the one that happened at the time, the one with the movie theater, right?
Dark Knight? No. This was like 2017, 2018. This was, remember the Las Vegas concert shooting? You couldn't have forgotten about it. This was like 50 dead or something.
No, because wasn't there another one in Las Vegas with the Dark Knight movie?
No, that wasn't in Las Vegas.
Where the guy snuck in? That wasn't?
No, that was somewhere else. But I remember that was in 2012. That was when the Dark Knight came out. That was the premiere night. Yeah, no, that was definitely a long time ago. I'm surprised you guys didn't know about it.
In the concert?
It was a pretty big. It was some guy, and in the strip, the Las Vegas strip, there was a concert, and some dude that was in the a nearby hotel, opened fire with an AR.
Who's the artist?
Yeah.
Hold on. Dude, this one was big. I'm surprised, like 50 dead or something, or injured. Let me see. Las Vegas shooting. Yeah, right here. It's called
I guess that goes to
2017
goes to show
Las
how
Vegas
many
shooting.
fucking shootings we have in America.
On October 1st, 2017, Stephen Paddock, a 64-year-old man from Nevada, opened fire on the crowd attending the Route 91 Harvest Music Festival. From his 32nd floor suite in the Bay Hotel, he fired more than 1,000 bullets, killing 60 people and wounding 411 people. This was literally the biggest mass shooting in modern history, and I'm surprised you guys didn't
No,
bro.
we probably did hear about it,
This
but
was so
Matt, you know how
big.
many mass shootings have
No,
happened, or
it's a
how many
lot, but
shootings
this
have
one was
happened
very
since then?
significant. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
this
but
one,
like, there's been so many, and you lived in Las Vegas, so it was probably more.
yeah, like dude, for the next 2 weeks, this was like, I mean, I remember
I mean,
people.
in this point, it's not even regular internet; it's a regular gun.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's
but
for gun control. That's a whole other thing. Like,
but
yeah,
I was only saying regulating internet because the ability to threaten
yeah,
online
but my,
is a
my my whole
thing.
story isn't really
Yeah,
about the
yeah,
shooting. It's more about the fact that Snapchat was used, which, by the way, very. I mean, kids are gonna do what kids are gonna do, right? I mean,
yeah.
so,
Yeah.
some of them are not gonna think, oh, I'm gonna get caught for this, or oh, this isn't that big of a deal, bro. You
I
cannot
mean, they're also
post.
exposing like their personal stuff, like
Yeah, but you
privacy,
got.
and then
But
that's
that's the
how they
thing.
even get into it.
You gotta
They're not
be
even
careful with what you
easily.
post. It's just a regular.
If
It's
you
a
like, be
common.
careful about it. That's no way other people can stalk you.
Right, but this was just somebody
Like
that.
showing your IP address, showing your address itself,
Yeah.
it's just not the right way to do it.
Yeah. But I don't know, because like you said, I don't think regulating the internet's probably going to be the biggest way to do it. But there has to be like some method to kind
Yeah,
of
there's gotta
stop.
be some, and that's what
Like,
I
there
was
has to be
mentioning.
some protection for people, because if someone tweets at you that they're gonna kill you and your family, and like you have that tweet or that text message or whatever, and you send it to the cops and you have reasonable doubt the person might actually do it, there should be some type of way to
Well,
protect
in those
yourself.
cases, they do put you like under witness protection. Like, I
Yeah,
get
but that's different, because witness protection, that's changing your whole life at that point.
true, but
Especially if you're a public figure
I mean,
in the public eye.
hey, they'll take your family too. But no, I get you. The thing is, that's what I was mentioning before. There has to be some way of doing it. I just don't know what that would be because I can't picture something else to like
I mean, you can
regulate
collect
something.
evidence more easier on the internet rather than in real
Yeah,
life. So I don't see a point where they don't trust your evidence at all. It's just the
I
cop
don't know.
itself.
I'm thinking it's just too grand of a thing. There are I
yeah.
like my mind is just filling up with cases and different scenarios. Bro, you know the internet I mean in like a lighter sense. I mean, it's not necessarily like a lighter topic, but it's a positive one where like you have those like channels. Didn't you mention that one channel about the guy who exposes like gurus and I mean that's one thing, right? And yeah. There's
But
that.
I think it would make more sense, because obviously you don't want the US government regulating your internet for reasons just said.
Yeah.
But I think to some extent,
The only
some
way,
major companies like Reddit, for example, should regulate what's spoken about on Reddit, because if you channel certain things outside of the major scope of where everyone's at, it's harder to find, right? Like, who uses Kick nowadays? Only people that know what Kick is specifically useful today.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But Reddit is like a public platform. YouTube's a public platform. If you're in it long enough, you might find stuff you don't want to see, unless it's regulated, like YouTube, where it doesn't allow certain
Certain
content to
thing.
be in the thing.
Okay, to be fair, YouTube has those like weird like
but it
Yes.
channels.
was like, but back
Yeah.
then it doesn't. Back
Like
then it's a
didn't
Back then it didn't.
regulation.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
no,
Like
but
when
like no, I'm
when
saying not like weird. Like you know those like creepy like even TikTok has those. Remember those? I remember there was this channel or this like page on.
right, it's like everything's that have like Twitter and stuff. Like you find stuff that people post is like, but you don't see them often because they're not in really public wise. They're not publicizing it,
You
so
know what
then you can't
sucks?
see that.
You know what sucks about that
But
regulation thing? There's another documentary about an ex Facebook like it was basically the guy who would like have to filter out all the bad shit on Facebook. And he would mention how like it was such a mentally draining job because he'd have to scan through like thousands and thousands of like pretty brutal things like decapitate, anything that Facebook's guidelines won't abide by. He had to basically individually take them out,
right,
watch it, and see if it's So, dude, and the fact
That's
that
like
humans,
YouTube. Like you either get demonetized or stuff like that.
the fact
They
that
have to
humans have to
actually.
watch that, it's like to like regulate it is ridiculous. Like that,
But the
that's a
thing
tough
is,
job.
but the thing is, this is not regulation. This is just the the
That's
responsibility
censorship.
of the
That's just
company.
censorship, though.
Yeah, but
That's just the company responsibility because I don't want to
Yeah.
get their name like
Dude, no one wants to show like,
exactly.
yeah.
So then, in the end, we don't even need law or something regulation. Just the company itself can regulate it to protect that.
True. I mean, most
no,
companies are
yeah,
gonna do that. That's
but
true.
the thing is that the only reason I brought up the internet is because that's like the easiest way to stop it.
Yeah.
Does that like especially like just in a sense that's the easiest way to stop it. Like you could as an individual platform, YouTube stopped it essentially.
But then, internet's
But
too general. It's a public space. You can't
Yeah.
do anything on the
Also,
public space. It's a,
people forget that like the dark web is a thing, and like
yeah,
aren't there layers
but
to that too?
but
Like the black web and the dark web. I don't know.
it's hard to find the dark web. Like you don't just
Is it?
stumble upon. Yeah,
No, you don't.
it's pretty fucking
Okay.
difficult.
But
Like
that's a thing. That's a thing. Like if you go on Google, or like on YouTube, you'll find videos of like people like there's I forgot what it's called.
yeah,
It's like
no, those people will go onto the dark web, but like there's a reason they don't show the link like on their videos to enter the dark web. Like you really those people have to do the research to get into the
yeah.
dark
There's a
web.
thing
They
called
don't
like
just stumble upon it. They look for it.
there's like I forgot what it's called, but like basically whatever we search up is referred to as one part of the internet, and then we have this other section that's the dark web, and then there's another one that's called the black web or something like that. And basically the whole idea is that yes, anything we would Google would be categorized through Google, Bing, Yahoo, all those search engines.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't even look through dark web pages through Google.
You can't. You
Like
have to go to the actual
you have to use
IRL.
another type of browser.
You got to use another browser or another IRL that takes you there. So yeah, it's definitely not. You can't just
Like
type in
you
dark
have
web.
you have to look for the dark web.
Yeah,
Like you can't
you can't just
that's
search
what I'm
up dark
saying.
web. Yeah.
Like cultivation is different because if you stumble upon it and then you stay in it long enough, eventually you grow to become like if you surround yourself with the thing, eventually you're gonna become the thing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it. Those were all my thoughts on that.
I mean, the topic's not that. I mean, like
It's an interesting.
it can
one
go
for
on for
sure.
hours, but the
Yeah,
topic itself, I mean, it's pretty
Because
clear. You want to
honestly,
regulate it, but it's hard.
you don't want to regulate it like the way it's done in North Korea, China, Iran.
Yeah, you don't want to do that because then, well,
But
the thing is,
at the same time, you don't want to hurt innocent people.
the thing is, you say you don't want that, but like I don't know because I'm not. I mean, I'm putting China as an example because it's the most popular one, but I don't know this because I don't live in China or I'm not Chinese.
Mhm.
But do they maybe feel like they're missing out or that they're being restricted of freedoms because they're being censored? I mean, I don't know.
then they look for VPN, bro.
But
Just
I'm
a big
saying,
deal.
are Chinese people okay? They're being affected by it, but are they really against the idea of wide censorship like that? Some of them maybe.
I mean, then they can just move out. I don't see a problem there.
I guess, but for the people, but like I'm saying, as the people, are they
Like
actually
like
complaining?
just the people that live
Because
there.
we complain about it because we're used to it. But if they're
Mhm.
not used to
Exactly, like you say, you're used to it. Maybe they complain it, or maybe they don't complain it.
right,
It's the same shit, bro.
Yeah. I guess.
You just adapt. They just adapt. If you can adapt, you move. Like it's the same. It's the
I
easiest shit.
guess.
Like
I guess that then
you
there's
can
no
be.
real...
You can be like.
But like moving.
There are people like, because I don't know if you've read history or not. Where they are saying the history in China saying that people that went to United States and they came back, organized protests back then, but then most of the student was in like the little square thing where the call, the China that's really popular square. So then the student protested there, like a lot of college students protested like for freedom of speech and stuff like that. But then in the end, what happened is they just put up the tank and then everything just stopped.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's the thing. It's difficult when you're comparing a place that's supposed to be a republic with a communist country, because the
Yeah.
communist country at the end has
It's
a say.
funny. It's funny because people always make the argument that China's government is communist, but not its citizen. It's
Yeah,
weird. It's like, I mean, I guess
yeah,
I guess
yeah,
no.
yeah.
China's what they're doing is a benevolent. Is that how you pronounce it? Is it benevolent?
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 Yeah,
Is that what is that? Is that like a
like all caring. Benevolent, something like that.
oh benevolent?
Benevolent, exactly. It's a benevolent
Oh,
dictatorship.
oh
Basically, they
okay.
care for their citizen to to extent, but then
Uh-huh.
they don't give the citizenship their politic right and stuff like that.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
because G is technically right in the sense that, like, if you have a problem with China's the way China governs
sure.
things,
Yeah, you
or
move.
you move.
But
But
to
in
be
America,
fair,
like
it's
in America, that's not really
yeah, but that's easy to say
a
and not as
thing.
easy to do. Like, yes, you can see, you can be like, yes, you move, and I would understand if
But
you
then
have
it's
like.
already grew in deep in their root already.
That's what
Like
I'm
No,
saying.
no,
Like,
but Matt, in Gia's case, it's that extreme.
that's what I'm
Like,
saying.
that's
If
the
it's
extreme.
extreme enough that you're
But
like,
if
I cannot live here and I have to go, you will do anything it takes to leave. Understandable.
yeah,
But if it's
but
something you're
like
uncomfortable with, but it's like, I don't really have the option of moving right now.
but they're never exposed to it.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that's
because
true.
like if you like, we can't really compare regulating the internet in another like democratic sense, because we don't that doesn't exist. Like,
Actually, uh, Japan. Well, Japan. Okay, Japan censors some things, not
yeah,
necessarily
but
like.
like Japan entirely has its own problems. Like you like their pervert problem in
Okay,
Japan.
but that's a whole other
I've heard
problem.
about it. Yeah, but like they don't even get punished for shit like that. In America, you
Because,
get
bro,
punished for stuff like
well,
that.
it's a very
Like
like
they have their
male-driven
own.
society, bro. Like
But
Japan's crazy like that, but
Gia's kind of right in the sense that like you can just move the fuck,
you
like you
can
have to
move. Yeah,
move
you
if
can
you don't
move.
like their
Yeah, that's
policy.
true. That's true.
But
But like
adaptation,
you really
like
can't compare it.
Yeah.
when you compare to Native America, like they're used to it. It's the same shit. Like we all like, let's just say you live here, like your whole entire family just like stay in the United States when it's just start from independence. Like you're
Oh,
used to the
gotcha.
you're
Yeah.
used to the freedom and stuff. Like
Regulating the internet is our choice at the end of the day. If we wanted to regulate the internet, we vote people in that want to regulate the internet. That's the only reason net neutrality didn't
but
pass,
then
because
that
we
goes
put
into
people
the
in the position to vote against
yeah,
it.
but then we go into the whole ordeal of like, are we really voting them in? Like we've
No,
got
yeah,
sleazy
but I'm
senators
just
that
saying
are
I'm just saying in a general sense, we have the choice
yes, we
at the end
do.
of the
Yeah.
day to
I love
regulate the internet,
it's
and you don't have
funny
that same choice in China.
it's funny how America makes it seem like we're sovereign. Like, we elect representatives. Like, we're a republic, right? We elect representatives to
Yeah, bro, but
but
it's
it's
wherever
like
the money moves. It's a
and
cash flow, baby.
bro,
capitalism.
I'm sorry, but the
It's a republic, not a
the fact,
democracy.
yeah, I was gonna say the fact that we have 80-plus-year-old senators and representatives and stuff should be a testament to how shitty we have. Like,
Bro,
we
you gotta be 35 to be president.
no. Okay,
What?
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the fact that there are still
No, no,
90-year-old senators like
no,
in
yeah,
office.
but
Like,
Their
I, I'm
background.
I'm saying,
bro,
like,
it's just that they've been in it for so long that they just keep themselves
yeah,
in. They write
but
policies that keep themselves in. So that's just like a whole
no,
other thing.
it's not them that write the policies. They have
It's
the
their
backing.
background.
They have the backing
Exactly.
of the people that first voted them in,
I
and
know.
then
I
those
know.
people. But like, even then,
But the thing is, if we want,
the age limit shit is kind of intense.
The
you
what?
want like the
I'll
thing
say it
is,
after.
revolution require age, like new blood. If you don't put in new
Of
blood, you don't
course.
came in
Yeah,
new.
And that's the
that's
issue.
what I'm getting at.
And
That's
that's
what
the
I'm getting at.
issue.
If they lock you behind 35 years old, bro, you know how long it is before we get
But to be fair,
those people are gonna start entering. Like, when would the first Gen Z fucking representative happen? Like, that actually speaks the voice for like Gen Z.
the thing
That's not
is,
happening till one of them
I
turns
don't mind.
35.
The thing is, I actually don't mind the age. I know that there are people that can be younger and more mature, but I think the age also comes with like a bit of experience. Because if you're ACL or ACO, right? Like, what the
Mhm.
fuck's her name? Is that her name? ACO or AC?
I know who you're talking about.
Okay, she's like what? in her 30s or like or 20s. I don't even know how old she is, but like okay, she's clearly very mature and very like mentally mature and stuff. Or like, but something about being that young and being in power. It's like I don't mind if you're 35. I just I do mind if you're 90.
Bias.
I do mind if you're 90.
Bias.
How's that bias?
No,
Bias.
I'm not 35. How the fuck am I biased?
The
If
reason why
anything,
I'm saying bias is that you're judging people on their
if
appearance.
anything, well, no. I'm not. It's not appearance. It's experience. You
No,
cannot
This is
tell
not
me.
the. This is not the older, the wiser you are. The wiser
It's
you are. It's
not.
not
It's
that.
not. But
Exactly,
but
you
you
bias
cannot. Okay,
basically.
okay, but you cannot tell me. Okay, I'm. If that was the case, I would love for 80-year-olds to be in office. I don't. That's the thing. I don't. I think the age gap. The thing is, you can't
It's still
have
biased.
20-year-olds, bro. Would you want your country ran by 20-year-olds? Be honest.
I don't mind if
No,
it's if it's wise enough.
the thing is, I'm not the age gap. I'm saying the age gap's too high, right? Because most senators and stuff like that, like they came out of the military, they've graduated college, but it's like then they have to wait an extra 10 years, 15 years after they do that to even represent the people that they wanted to do this for at the beginning.
But we're
You get what
talking
I'm
about
saying?
yeah, no, I get. Okay. But let's say, okay, let's put a scenario in place. Right now, it's 2022. What millennials are can get into office, right? At 35, I guess, or like a little bit older than that.
Here,
But
I'll
like,
look it up.
but basically, it's
That's
not.
presidency.
Yeah, no, I understand the need for younger people, but it's not. I know that there are a lot of mature 20-year-olds,
At least
but
30 years of
but even
age.
that bothers me.
Just your bias. Exactly, you bias.
Probably, but it's like
It is your
I'm
bias.
20.
Yeah. You have
Because
to
you
at least be
prefer.
30.
But it's
Prefer.
like,
When you prefer something, mean that you're biased towards something.
well, I mean,
No,
then
no,
that
but
would be then we're all
I get
biased. That,
I
like,
get what he's saying. There's a level of maturity, but I feel like
yeah, but then we're all biased. Yeah, you're
no,
biased too. Like,
Exactly.
yeah,
I'm biased. I never say I'm not biased. I'm saying
yeah.
that I don't mind whether you're 80 or 20. That's not bias.
yeah.
Oh wait.
The,
You don't mind whether they're 80 though, or do you?
Yeah, I don't mind. If they're
Oh,
wise
okay.
enough and they
Okay,
can
then
run this
yeah.
country, then that's not bias.
Then I am completely biased because I don't think 90-year-olds should be running a country and they've been stuck in the
no, but no, because your argument, Matt, makes sense to some extent because that's if they're still stuck in their time or like
Okay,
in the
you're
past.
right.
But
You're right.
then
That
you
is
have
true.
you have 80-year-olds
yes.
like Bernie Sanders
True. That is
who are very
true.
modernized
That
and
is
they
true.
push a different envelope than other people their
That
age.
is true.
But I think the problem I have with the age gap is that with access to the internet and the amount of media coverage that younger kids are getting smarter by the second. Like no matter how dumb we see them as politically, I think the generations
I
that
do
came
agree.
after us
I do
are
agree with
probably
you.
more politically
I do agree with you on
understand
that.
politics way more than a lot of people think they do.
At least even
And
in textbook they do. They 100%
yeah,
do. Yeah, I can
and
agree with you on that.
they don't get their proper representation, so they have to look towards people like Bernie Sanders. And when people like Bernie Sanders don't get the push to become president because the Democratic Party says, nah, we don't want you because it doesn't fit with their democratic needs,
Mm-hmm. Or
and then
yeah.
they push someone like Joe Biden onto you who doesn't even push the envelope of what they want,
Mm-hmm.
then it becomes an issue
Yeah.
because then they're not getting their representation.
But let me
I don't
tell
care
you,
how old you are going into office, as long as you have the correct understanding of what you're doing.
of the modern times. Just
Yeah,
that. Just
and at
that.
the end of the day, we as the people can see that because you have to talk, you have to like go to like cities, you have to speak and stuff like that. You have to make yourself in the public eye. They have to push you. And the media and all that shit does bad jobs of covering people. Andrew Yang is my president, baby. I'm still riding
Yeah,
hard for
bro.
that.
Andrew, yeah,
That's the
bro. When
that
I saw this man talk,
Andrew Yang,
but he's 40, right? He's like 45.
yeah, but even then, Andrew Yang was the reason we got COVID checks. That was
Yeah.
his idea. But you didn't hear that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
No, Andrew is like Andrew's the guy. Dude, You know, like Joe Biden.
It's Asian, bro.
You know how like
Asian people, facts.
you know how
gotta
like
love them.
president.
You
know how,
cannot.
like,
The reason why they say they cannot let Asian people to run president because they're worried to become a second China.
yeah,
No,
exactly, dude. That's literally
that's crazy
that's a
racist.
crazy
The fact
argument,
that they even think
bro.
that.
They literally said,
Because they
dude,
cannot have a chance of letting another big country become communism because it's
Bro,
gonna fucking
you know
Yeah,
how
ruin the
shitty
balance
that
of like
you know how shitty that argument is with
Democrat and
somebody like
Republican.
Obama,
Peop-
I mean,
Dude, yeah, people throw the stigma so hard. Like,
bro.
they don't want a Chinese president because they think they're like Chinese agents
But
that
you
are
know
gonna force
how
communism. Like,
shitty of
that's
an argument
nuts.
that was when we've had a black president. What is he gonna turn us into the next Africa? Listen, no, it's not, dude. As if like Obama
but
did a
the thing
lot for
is, they
his
can't let a single chance of that happening. That's the thing. They cannot let a single chance that
bro.
United States become communism.
Dude,
Because
if you
if it
listened
does,
No, but
to Andrew Yang, bro, that
to
motherfucker.
your Obama case, Matt, let me tell you, I was talking to, I'm not gonna say the person, but I was talking to one of my friend's dads, and he was like, it this is gonna come off rather racist,
Hey, put
but
it in quotes. Put it in quotes, because it's his words.
Obama, he said when Obama was president
Uh-huh.
that lower paying jobs such as picking up the trash,
Mm-hmm.
and there was another one, but we'll use picking up the trash, like that, the
low skill
government
labor.
thing, low skill labor, like just putting it into a machine. They got higher wages when Obama was there, and he was like, you know who does those jobs?
Oh, okay.
He was
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So he was like,
That is kinda...
so he was basically saying that it created an imbalance in the fact that minority communities such as that
such as that kind.
got
Yeah.
paid more for
But you know,
lower
they also
skilled
came with the
jobs.
argument that it's the same argument that immigrant taking all the job, but
Yeah.
not. But it's the same thing as saying that immigrant is not taking all the job because you know why? Because people they are actually being hired for high skilled labor, and then the people thinking they're taking that job is a low skilled labor. So it's
Yeah.
technically nobody's taking the job. They're just
Bro.
worried that people come here to take the
Bro.
low
No,
skill.
We
the
all
only
know.
problem with
We all know
the only
the kind of people that are talking about immigrants taking our jobs. Our
yeah the thing
our
the,
jobs. They
the
they
thing
specify that.
the only thing about immigrants taking our jobs that I can see as an argument is when you're trying to raise the wage for a job or trying to better the environment for your job. Like right now, the best example is
Like truckers?
farms.
Oh, I was gonna say truckers.
The best example is farms. Like a lot of people don't like farming because it's intense labor, low pay, shitty work environment. But immigrants will do that for less because they need the money and they don't have a choice.
Yeah.
And whether they're undocumented, whether they are documented, like they will do those jobs. That's the only argument I'll see. If you're trying to better your work environment and try to increase wages and just make it a better working space, and they come to replace, and they'll just hire like undocumented immigrants to come in and fill that spot, no matter
They're
without
just
fixing any
bargaining
of the
power.
issues. Yeah, they're just using their power to abuse like the system.
No, it's just bargaining power that people don't realize they can use. But nowadays, it's not the same anymore because I
Yeah,
can tell you,
like that's
as a
definitely not a problem anymore.
as a farmer's son, I can tell you that people, my dad does hire immigrant people, but in the end, they're not that. It's not that they're low paying job, but it's
No,
just that people no
yeah.
one want to be a farmer. That's what they're
Yeah,
forcing to
exactly.
hiring
You're not gonna
immigrant.
Like,
You
you're
can't
not gonna
argue that.
Yeah, you're not gonna hire
No,
the
no, no,
wage
but
if the bare minimum.
Because no matter what,
You don't
in
get
the
water.
end, farmer you have to work in that environment. No matter what, until
yeah,
until technology advances to the point where
that's fine.
like
Like
until technology advances in a certain way, then yes, because by then we
No, no,
cannot
no.
environment and
No,
stuff. You know,
I get you, but the whole thing with your dad makes sense. But I know that in what I was learning in the last semester of school, there were people who actively did want to be farmers and they did want to work. They just wanted better wages and better working conditions or like things that are guaranteed to them, like health insurance and stuff. But instead, what the company would do, Mathew, you remember reading this, where they would go to another country
Yes,
up workers,
they would pick up workers, bring
pick up
them back, and
undocumented
then just pay
workers
them
and bring
like
them back, and then just pay
and,
them
no
and put
re-
them in
and
shittier
yeah, no,
conditions.
they pay them what they okay. If they pick them up from India and they're making $2 a day, they would instead over here pay them $2 an hour or something ridiculous like that. Something that they thought that in their mind these immigrants should be grateful for because they're getting paid way more than in
But
their
I
own
don't
country.
understand is that
That's
whether
the
you
mentality.
rising the wages is nominal wage in the end.
It's
Like
what? It's
it's
normalizing?
nominal wage.
Oh, it's normal.
Nominal.
Okay. Okay.
Nominal, not normal.
Nominal,
Nominal.
Oh,
nominal.
nominal. Okay.
Nominal basically mean that is in the end it's just fucking inflation in the end that people asking for
Yeah,
wages
Some
increasing.
people are asking for too much.
But in the end, if we talk about real wage, which is minusing like getting rid of the inflation, labor skill require low skill. That's why you're getting paid less because it's
Yeah,
low skill.
Mm-hmm.
that's why
But you
doctors get paid more. It's a higher.
exactly you're not investing in the beginning for your skills. That's why you're getting paid less. You can arguing that you want to asking for a higher payment, but you're not
Right.
upgrading your skill in the end.
But
Yeah.
hold on. Wait, what if it's low skill, but like okay, what do you okay? Give me
No,
an
no,
example
no.
of low skill. Like
Low skill
No.
mean that you don't need any
no, I know,
knowledge.
but I'm saying just give me
No,
like an
no. Okay.
example of a or like a job.
Can I give you an example?
Go,
McDonald's.
yeah.
McDonald's is a low skill job that people are asking $15 an hour.
That makes sense. Cause I was thinking
You
like,
get what I'm saying?
cause I was thinking that whole idea about like farmers and like how no one wants to do it. I was thinking, is that low skill? Probably not. But there's not a demand or
It is
sorry,
low skill.
there's a demand for that
Do you-
job,
do
but nobody
you
wants to do
think?
it.
I was gonna ask you that, Gia. Do you think farming's a low skill? Because
It's
in
a
my
low skill, but if you say you're a boss, then it's not low skill.
Okay, so as a
No,
regular
but
worker, I guess yeah.
As a regular worker, it's a low skill.
because what would you define as a regular worker in farming? Because I don't know what a regular worker
Okay,
would be in
so I would
farming.
say if you're a regular farmer, that mean that you're not the one who own the land. You're not the one who running the land.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
okay.
the regular farmer. Like you
But
just
like,
work as like a labor.
Use the
But
equipment. Use the equipment to
for
like
example, because
uh,
some of the examples they gave in the class was that the reason a lot of people didn't want to be farmers was because you need like watering the plant and stuff like that, right? Checking
Mhm.
for pesticides, that's low skill regardless. Like just watering.
Right.
But then there's like the ripening of fruit. You need to know when's in season, shit like
Yeah,
that.
but the thing is,
Certain things.
this is for the boss to decide when to do it.
yeah.
Okay.
that's true.
You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like you're
that
not
makes sense,
running.
that
You're
makes
not
sense.
running the farm. Like running
Okay,
a
okay.
farm
You're
is
a
a high
worker.
skill.
So your dad, for example, like if he wants to, like, what's that fruit that you bring? You bring pears to my house, right?
I bring guava,
Guava, like
dragon fruit.
guava, dragon fruit. When that's in season,
That's when my dad say, look,
your dad checks in season. He knows
yeah,
when they're gonna
yeah,
ripen. He
exactly.
tells them when to harvest it.
Exactly. Those are
Okay,
high
Bro,
skill.
okay.
I've always heard that there's two positions in this world. There's the manager position and the employer. The
Exactly.
employee. In this case, his dad's the manager. Everybody else below him, no matter the
That
the
they are
thing,
low skill.
is
Exactly.
employed.
So like,
Yeah, no, that okay. I just wanted to know because I was trying to differentiate between like low skill and just not.
Yeah.
and you can
no
also say,
demand,
I'm
like,
not
nobody
telling you though.
wants to
I
do
can
it.
also say you can also say that being accounting is a low skill job
No, I don't think so.
because you
It
just need to learn
depends.
how to use Excel.
No, yeah,
I
correct.
mean,
But you also need to know
it's a skill job. Like
you need to go through accounting classes. I feel like
I
to do
mean,
accounting.
It's a low skill job. The
okay,
reason why I say
but
it's a low skill job because almost every job require part of the skill.
that's true. But I feel like
Mhm.
with any job, there's always that it's a low
There's a
skill
low
job.
skill factor and there's a high skill
But no,
factor.
but I'm saying you could be a really good accountant, and then at that point it becomes
Yeah, but for example, when like there's a problem with low entry level jobs right now, right? Where like
for sure you need
no
it.
one can get an entry level job, so
Yeah.
they're most of the time they're overqualified,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So like
Internship.
so in an accountant sense, like if you ever been to an accountant's office, you get sent to a person
And then you
before
learn
you
from
get
there.
sent to the actual accountant.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't I know this isn't accounting. Well, I guess kind of no, but like didn't Brian mention like the whole thing about banks and like how like getting a banking job is like entry level, which is wild to me. Like it's wild to me that working at a
Yeah,
bank is entry level.
because you're working as a teller.
Yeah, no, but he even said that like the position of like the people that like if you want a line of credit or if you want this the people in the cubicles, I forgot what their names were, but basically
But that's different.
yeah, but he
because
mentioned that could have also been no like entry level if you maybe had like a recommend, you know what I mean, like
but
I mean
I think
I
that's
get that it's different.
I think okay, because Brian's done commission work,
Oh yeah,
and that's a commission work
right,
because
yeah,
you're trying to sell
he said
people on
it's
a lot.
more, yeah, he said it's like salesman, like marketing
So
basically.
so the gap between that, it's entry level, but the difference in the gap
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
getting
yeah.
paid is on your own skill. The better
Yeah,
you
yeah, that's
are
true.
at selling, the more your money you're gonna make,
Yeah,
the worse you are. That's why Brian didn't last a day in commission.
yeah, that's true.
When he figured out he had to sell Xfinity to customers,
Hmm.
you know how many people are gonna be like, no, I have like
Yeah,
it's cut and dry. That's why my dad doesn't want me to become a car salesman, because you have to be really fucking good at selling cars,
I
and
mean,
like you have to do that shit,
That
like
that's
for
all.
real, for real.
That's all the job is. Like you work more,
Yeah,
you get paid more,
and
basically. With
commission jobs, the skill, you could start really weak, but you can always bring yourself up.
yeah,
Not
those.
every job's like that.
I think someone had mentioned that like being a salesman is like a skill, and it's one of the best skills you can have as like a professional, because like everyone wants to be convinced of something, so it's like or persuaded. But yeah, that job is rough. I mean, at least in the beginning, right? But no, yeah, I was just wondering because I was thinking of more like the demand, because you had mentioned nobody wants to do farm labor, right, Gia? Like or that it was like not a sought after job, right? Title or something.
right.
So I was thinking, if it's not sought after, then would people want to like up the wage, right? Like, oh, up the
No, because
wage
it's still a low
because,
scale.
right, I guess. But it's like
I
up the
see what you're
wage,
going to. I see what you're going
right?
to. But the thing is, you're saying the demand is so high, the supply is not. There's not enough supply for the demand. But the thing is,
Exactly. At least that's
in
what
the
I thought
end,
in theory.
you're
But
not making a lot of money as a farmer. So
no,
the
yeah, I know.
budget itself is constrained. You
Yeah,
can't pay more than its cost to like to cover the profit, then you're not making any profit.
that's true.
So
Also,
then in the
someone's gonna do
end,
the job, bro. Like,
exactly, in the end,
someone's gonna
someone is
do
gonna
it.
do the job.
Yeah.
Like whether it's immigrant or you hire somebody, is that's a way to lower the cost, they would do it.
You also think about the fact that like some people have to dig shit out of our pipes. Like they have to do it, and it's like, yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, they get paid well. Don't get me
And then
wrong.
you can't say right, but usually what we see is nominal wage. It's like you can't say that we don't never know what's the real wages because we never actually
Because of
learn deep
inflation.
in down
No,
this.
I
Exactly.
get what you mean. Yeah,
But I
that's
get
true. That's true.
I think the difference between farming and cleaning out the shit from our drains is that the money that Gia's dad pays the workers is straight out of his pocket. Like whatever his business is making, that's what he's paying the workers.
If he's
While the people,
yeah,
no,
it depends on the boss, right?
like Gia's dad owns the business.
Okay.
To keep the business running, he has to pay for the expenses that come with the workers, the expenses. That's all from his business. But when it comes to cleaning our drains
That's
and all
government.
that shit, that's a government job that our taxes pay for. His dad doesn't have that luxury. And that's a problem with farming, because if the government's not going to pay for the government's not going to support it,
Mm-hmm.
then no one's going to want to do it, because the wages are going to come straight out of the business's pockets, and they
And
still
then
have to find a way to
if
be
in the end, if
profitable.
the wages is too high, you know what we do? We buy technology.
Oh yeah, like to replace the yeah, that's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
If the wages is too high, nobody
That's
wants to
what
work,
most
then we
people.
just buy
Yeah,
technology,
that's
bro.
what most
Like we can
companies do
afford
these
those.
days. Like
Right,
look at
because
any
you used to rake.
bro. Look at any
You
like
know how you
And now
used
warehouse.
to
you
you
have
need
those
to water?
machines that rake.
You know
Yeah,
water?
now
Exactly.
you have machines, right, to
Yeah.
just
Sprinkle.
sprinkle.
Like
Yeah.
But
you
aren't those machines like mandate like the men haul it, right? Or do they go automatic? I don't know. I don't know that much about the.
They
you
have
still
automatic
yeah.
ones.
Oh, okay.
Then
Yeah, but guess what though? You know what?
farming.
That also
Uh-huh.
create job. Who's gonna make those things? Like, who gonna plant those things?
And
That's the job
and if they
created too.
break, who's
Exactly.
gonna fix
Like,
it?
who
Yeah.
gonna maintain it? That's why
We're gonna
I'm
have
saying
we're gonna have robots fix the robots.
we cannot say technology advancing and then we're just losing
Yeah.
job. No, but it create more
It
jobs.
creates something else. That's
do
true.
they have machines to like plant seeds? Because
There's a machine to how do you say it?
replant or
To make the soil, like, you know how you used
to fertilize the soil, right?
Right.
Okay.
But because the only reason I'm asking, because planting seeds is such a specific thing. Like every seed is different. You can plant one seed 4 inches under the ground. You have to do like 1.5
machine.
inch
Hold on, there is a
under.
machine that plant wheat.
Oh, wheat.
Yeah, the rice.
Yeah. Or
Okay.
bread.
There is a machine that plant that.
Okay.
But I'm guessing that's easier to plant, right?
The reason why is that
because rice can go over the field.
no, they have to. What they do is with the machine is they calculate the distance between each one, so then it planted directly.
I mean, with
like,
machines,
perfectly.
yeah, with machines, it's easy math. Like it's actually
Exactly,
better
yeah.
than us.
But I'm guessing, but like Gia said, it's specifically for rice or
yeah,
like,
it's specific for
yeah.
wheat. Like you can
because I know from when I took botany, every seed has like a specific way to plant it in the soil. Like it needs its own space, every single seed. So it's weird.
Yeah.
You can't just have one machine that does it all unless you have one machine with all that knowledge.
Exactly, but that's not even there yet. Like technology haven't advanced that fast, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
man.
It's in the end, it's just the labor. If labor wages go up, we just hire a machine. Like you see how cashier they're asking for higher prices,
Yeah.
like higher wages. You know what we'll have? A screen.
Yeah, bro.
Exactly.
Automatic checking out is the bro. I'm sorry, but I haven't gone to a cashier in so long.
You see what I mean?
They're
asking for low. They're asking to raise
that
their
job,
the minimum wage. Boom.
That job is obsolete. I don't understand why cashiers are still a thing. Like with automatic checking out, it makes no sense why.
But guess what though? But guess what? You know why they complain about it? Because that's a low skill job, right?
Yeah.
Everyone can hire for it. But then, in order to plant the machine, the screen is a high skill level job.
That's
not
true.
a lot of people get those jobs.
That's
so
true.
It creates job for people for that.
Yeah.
But then,
it's expensive to install the machines too.
Exactly.
In my Walmart, there's like 5 or 6 self checkouts, but in the Publix, it's just like a couple blocks down.
You got like 2 or 3.
There's 0.
Oh, there's 0.
They're all cashiers.
Actually, funny if you said that about
the fuck out of me.
Funny thing you said that about Sedano's, because mine used to have none, and then I came in one day, they had like 2 or 3 cash registers completely wiped out. I came back the next week, machines. I was like, wow, that's wild.
That's to lower their cost some way, bro.
Yeah.
Like
the only problem I see is like the speed, because not everyone is like a speed running champ.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I think that kind of allows you to be like a little bit more efficient with your time, because you can choose. Okay, you know. Also, people don't, bro. Some people just don't like to have like eye to eye conversations. So I'll get the machine. Like I'm serious. That's an actual thing. But
the only, I mean, it's a low skill job regardless.
Yeah,
I'm out here trying to defend like people who have cashiering jobs.
But like cashiering job is
like self checkout is the most convenient shit for people with 10 or less items.
Exactly.
But like when you have a person with like 50 items,
that is true,
trying to go self checkout, bro, it causes a problem for everyone else in the
But as long as I have more machine, that won't be a problem.
Yeah. As long as there's like 5 or 6, but like
that won't be a problem.
But
yeah. The full podcast. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.
I could take you past the stars if you'd let me drive the car. Bitches on my lap, so I know I'm going hard. No, I'm not the best, but I'm playing with my cards. Got a poker face, that'll leave them with a scar. I could take you past the stars if you let me drive the car. Bitches on my lap, so I know I'm going hard. No, I'm not the best, but I'm playing with my cards. Got a poker face, that'll leave them with a scar face. No trace, how they think it's okay just to play.